All right. All right, here we go. So let me go ahead and spot me. Okay, welcome everyone. For those that are watching, David Nogales test here for his brown belt. Thank you so much for joining us here with our virtual testing here at Erolin 3D Martial Arts. Today he will be accompanied and assisted by his older brother, Hyreg, our second Dan black belt, Sensei Dean. Sensei Dean, thank you so much for helping and devoting your time here, obviously to your brother, but the dojo as well. Our judges today, in addition, will be, in addition to myself, will be Miss Jasmine as well as Mr. Jacob. So very excited for that. So David Nogales, are you ready, sir?
Yes, Sensei.
All right, here we go. Let me go ahead and spotlight you. So with that being said, all right, like normal, I will go ahead and repeat every technique that we have twice. Of course, your brother, should you need it to be repeated, he is listening in carefully. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get started. Stand in attention, please. And bow. All right, very cool. Now go ahead and go to your fighting stance. Let's go over some of your basic hand techniques. Starting off with your sweeping elbow strikes. You'll go ahead and demonstrate your sweeping elbow strikes, front arm to back arm, front arm to back arm. Ready? 1. Good. All right. Ready? 2. All right. Upward elbow strikes, front arm to back arm. Upward elbow strike, front arm to back arm. Ready? 1. 2. Okay. Very cool. Now downward elbow strikes, downward elbow strikes, front arm to back arm, front arm to back arm. Ready? 1. 2. Nice. All right. So show me your high block with your back arm, please. High block with your back arm. Ready? Ready? 1. And 2. Okay. Now with your low block, let's go low block with your back arm. Ready? 1. And 2. Okay. Inside block with your back arm. Inside block with your back arm. Ready? 1. Ready? 2. Awesome. And lastly, outside block with your back arm. Outside block. Ready? 1. And 2. All right. Reverse knife hand strike. Front hand to back hand. Reverse knife hand strike. Front hand to back hand. Ready? 1. 2. All right. Now spinning reverse knife hand strike. Spinning reverse knife hand strike. Ready? 1. 2. Okay, and one more time, and 3. There we go, good. All right, knife hand block, knife hand block. Ready? 1. Okay. And 2. Double knife hand block, double knife hand block. Ready? 1. And 2. All right, we're going to do a set of spinning techniques. Spinning back fist. Spinning back fist. Ready? 1. 2. Spinning elbow strike. Let's go spinning high elbow strike. Ready? 1. And 2. All right, upward sweeping elbow strike. Upward sweeping elbow strike. Ready? 1. Okay, good. And 2. Very nice. Okay, and now downward sweeping elbow strikes, front and back. Downward sweeping elbow strikes. Ready? 1. And 2. All right, only a few more techniques, starting with your high X block. High X block. Ready? 1. 2. Now low X block. Low X block. Ready? 1. And 2. spear hand strike, spear hand strike. Ready? 1, 2. Knuckle strike, front hand to backhand. Your knuckle strike with your front hand to backhand. Ready? 1 and 2. Okay. Lastly, front hand to backhand, wrist strikes, wrist strikes. Ready? 1 and 2. Very nice, very cool. Okay, if you need a drink of water, you can go ahead and get to that. Otherwise, we can certainly move to our kicks. Okay. Yeah, you can post it. Yeah, you can post it. Oh, yeah. All right, here we go. Let's move on to some of our kicks now. So what I'd like for you to do is let's start off with your hammer kicks. Start off with your hammer kick, your back leg, inside hammer kick, inside hammer kick. Ready? 1, 2. Okay. Now with your back leg, outside hammer kick, outside hammer kick. Ready? 1 and 2. Straight line hammer kick with your back leg. Ready? 1 and 2. Okay. Now straight line hammer kick with your front leg, with your front leg. Ready? 1. Okay. And 2. Now inside hammer kick with your front leg. Inside hammer kick with your front leg. Ready? 1 and 2. Okay. Outside hammer kick with your front leg. Outside hammer kick, front leg. Ready? 1 and 2. Okay. Now let's go with your spinning crescent kick. Spinning crescent kick. Ready? 1. Ready? 2. Okay. Now let's go with your skip outside crescent kick. Skip outside crescent kick. Ready? 1 and 2. Okay. Okay, one moment. All right. Pump side kick. Pump side kick. Ready? 1. Okay, good. And then back. And 2. Okay, good. Okay. Hook kick. Hook kick with your front leg. Hook kick with your front leg. Ready? 1, 2. Now with your back leg, hook kick. Back leg, hook kick. Ready? 1, 2. Spinning hook kick. Excuse me. That's not that. Skip hook kick. Show me your skip hook kick. Ready? 1 and 2. All right. Spinning hook kick. Spinning hook kick. Ready? 1 2. Okay. Let's go one more time. And 3. Okay. inside press kick. Only 2 more kicks left. Inside press kick. Ready, 1. And 2. Okay. Lastly, spinning hammer kick. Spinning hammer kick. Ready, 1. And 2. All right. All right, go ahead and get a drink of water, and then we'll move to your jump kicks.
Even if they're not bringing in.
You got this.
All right, we ready?
Yes, sir.
All right, here we go. Jump kick time. Okay. All right, jump front kick with your front leg. Jump front kick with your front leg. Ready, 1. 2. Okay. Ready, 2. Okay. Jump front kick with your back leg. With your back leg. Ready, 1. 2. Okay. Jump side kick. Jump side kick with the front leg. Ready, 1. Ready, 2. Jump side kick with the back leg. Jump side kick with the back leg. Ready, 1. 2. Jump roundhouse kick. Front leg. Jump roundhouse kick. Ready, 1. And 2. With the back leg, jump roundhouse kick. Ready, 1. And 2. Last jump kick, fade away. Your fade away jump side kick. Ready, 1. And 2. There we go. Good job, David. Very cool. All right, get another drink of water. That's a lot of stuff right there.
Felt it in my shoulder.
Yeah, Mom, why am I looking at the moon? Can you see me?
Yeah, I can see you. Not of those stupid little thingies and.
I don't know what you're doing. It's weird. Mom turned into the moon.
Okay. All right. We're going to move to combinations. Well, here, what we can either do is I want you to be able to have your top gi on for your forms. I do know that with you being in the garage and of course the type of heat that we're having, you're probably getting a little hot now. So, right. So either we can go ahead and do the combinations, push it off a little bit, and we'll go to your forms. And then after your forms, you can take off the top gi, and if you need to, or we can continue on with combinations. That you have 12 of them, and then after that, then you'll do your forms. Okay. Which would you prefer? Do you want to do forms now or do the combinations first?
Forms now, Sensei.
Forms now. You got it. Okay. All right. The forms that you are required to show right now will be Young Champions 1, Young Champions 2, Taegu Ijong, Taegu Sajong, 3D1, 3D2, and Koryo. I may or may not require that you demonstrate basic form 1 and basic form 2. We will see. But right now, you get to choose the order in which you do your forms. So which form are you going to do first?
I will start with, I'll start with 3D1.
3D1 it is. Sounds good. You may begin when ready. All right. Now, can we clarify? Did you say 3D1 or Taegu Ijong? I thought I heard 3D1.
Oh, I did say 3D1.
Okay. All right. Now, so you did a different form, which was a good job. So tell me, what form did you just do?
Taegu Ijong.
Okay. All right. So that's Taegu Ijong. So now go ahead and let's do 3D1.
Okay.
Okay, good. There was one small error. It's on side 2. So if you know you made an error, then let's go ahead and do the form again, just the first 2 sides. If you're unfamiliar with where the error was and you have no clue, then we'll move to the next form. Should we do 3D1 again or move to the next form?
I will opt to do 3D1 again because I know what side you're talking about. I always get confused by that side.
All right, you may begin when ready. Just the first 2. Okay. All right, much better. All right, next form.
Next form will be 3D2.
3D2. All right. You may begin when ready. All right. And at any time, especially with you being the only one performing and testing, you don't have the opportunity to use other people doing their forms as a way to catch your breath and break. So if you need to take a moment, catch your breath, get a drink of water, you're more than welcome to do that. Yeah, wipe yourself down. Yeah. Whenever you're ready.
The next form will be Tegu Sajang.
Tegu Sajang. Sounds good. Ooh, that's in. Okay, good, good, good.
The next form will be Cordio Sensei.
Yes, sir. Cordio it is. Good, good, good. All right, final two would be Young Champions 1 and Young Champions 2. And then, of course, one of the basic forms I've yet to decide or haven't communicated so far.
He's just grabbing some water.
Totally, that sounds great.
Try clicking on the filters and see if you can switch to none.
Okay.
Oh, no.
Sensei, my next form will be Young Champions 1.
Sounds great. Young Champions 1 it is. How do you feel about that form? You want to do it again?
Can I try that one again?
Yes, absolutely.
Oh, you got this.
You got it, kiddo.
There we go. Good finish. There we go. All right. Young Champions 2.
I'm sorry, Sensei. Unfortunately, I've forgotten Young Champions 2.
Ah, okay. What do you think it starts with? Like you completely forgot?
I remember traces of it here and there. I know it starts with an inside block, then a spinning back fist, then. But from there, I've forgotten the form. I only remember the first side.
Okay, so show me the first side, but show me the first side as if that were the only part of the form.
Yes, Sensei.
Cool. Cool, cool, cool. Okay. Basic form 1, please. Nice. Good. Okay. Lastly, you're going to do basic form 2.
Yes, Sensei.
Good job, sir. Good job. All right, go ahead and get a drink of water. That concludes the forms section. Take off the top gi if you must.
Sensei, does he have to do his creative form?
No. If he has a creative form and he wants to demonstrate it, by all means, that sounds great.
Okay. I'm going to angle this downwards just a little then.
Okay, sounds great. Cool. Virtual judges, the creative form is a bonus, would be a bonus then. Okay, so just note that accordingly. Whenever you're ready. Good job, David. Good job. Oh my goodness. It's, you know, what's cool about watching that form is obviously there were some elements of Sensei Matt in there, but what I really like is there are some elements of Sensei Dean in there.
Yeah.
I'm like, hey, I know that part, you know. But what's cool about it is, like I said, there's some elements of both senseis without it being our form. It was still your form, right? So, good job. Very cool. Very cool. I liked where it is, and I like seeing where it will definitely go. Okay, cool. Very nice. All right, yeah. Go ahead and take out that top gi. We'll go ahead and give you like a 3-minute break. Okay.
Yes,
Get a
Sensei.
drink of water, all that good stuff.
All right, all right. Indeed,
Yes.
since they know that I'm here virtually,
Sensei. You might have taken a break too.
Yes, sir.
What's interesting is that we have a few spectators in person, but we also have other Zoom spectators.
That's wonderful. I love it. I love it. I love it. That's good stuff. Oh, and then I can hear the clapping a little bit. Oh, good stuff. Good stuff, guys.
Excuse me 1 second, Sensei.
Dessert. Correct? Sure. Yeah. Brownie. Brownie's fine. Brownie's fine. Brownie's fine. Left ankle?
Both.
Both ankles?
Well, not ankle. This knee has been having problems since I started the semester. I've been having to sit down more, and my knees have been starting to hurt from sitting down all day. And this ankle is hurt now while doing the 160.
Is the length of your gi bothering you any?
No, but I did have to pick up the pants above my belt.
All righty. Are we ready?
Yes, Sensei.
All right. Combinations.
Good.
All right. Here we go. So first combination is going to be your front kick to hammer kick. Front kick to hammer kick. Okay. Ready? Went. Okay. Good. And 2. All right, next one. You're going to do outside block to inside block with your back arm, step forward, back fist, reverse punch, front kick. Outside block to inside block, step forward, back fist, reverse punch, front kick. Ready? Went. Good. Ready? 2. Good, good, good. All right, now combination number 3, double roundhouse kick with your front leg. Side kick with your back, spinning side kick, jab, reverse punch. That's right. Double roundhouse kick with the front leg, side kick with the back, spinning side kick, jab, reverse punch. Ready? Went. Again. And 2. Okay, good. Okay. Number 4, low high roundhouse kick with your back leg to spinning side kick. Low high roundhouse kick with your back leg, spinning side kick. Ready. And 1. And 2. There we go. Jab, reverse punch. Hook punch with the front, uppercut with the back, knife hand strike with your front, reverse punch. Jab, reverse, hook, uppercut, knife, reverse. Ready. Went. And 2. roundhouse kick with your back leg, jump 360 roundhouse kick, spinning reverse knife hand strike to reverse punch. Roundhouse, jump 360 roundhouse, spinning reverse knife hand strike, reverse punch. Ready. 1.
You try, Sensei?
Yes, absolutely. Roundhouse kick with your back leg, jump 360 roundhouse kick, spinning reverse knife hand strike, reverse punch. Ready. 1. Okay, good. And 2. Okay. All right, combination number 7. Hook kick with your back leg to roundhouse kick with the same leg, spinning hook kick. So you'll do your hook round combination with your back leg to spinning hook kick.
Excuse me a second, Sensei.
Sure.
All right, I'm good to go, Sensei.
All right, sounds good. So combination number 7, hook kick, hook round with your back leg to a spinning hook kick. Okay, hook kick to roundhouse kick with your back leg, then spinning hook kick. Ready. 1. Nice. Ready. 2. Good, good, good. Spinning crescent kick with your back leg to inside crescent kick, followed by a skip side kick. Spinning crescent kick, inside crescent kick, skip side kick. Ready. 1. And 2. Okay. Okay. Back fist to inside press kick. Back fist, inside press kick. Ready. 1. 2. Okay. Outside block with your back arm to jab. Spinning back fist, ridge hand strike with your back hand, roundhouse kick with your back leg. Outside block with your back arm, jab. Spinning back fist, ridge hand strike, roundhouse kick.
Okay. Repeat that one more time, Sensei.
Yes. Outside block with your back arm, jab. Spinning back fist, ridge hand strike, roundhouse kick. Ready. 1. Okay. Ready. 2. Combination number 11. Knife hand block, reverse punch. Knife hand strike with your front hand. Reverse knife hand strike with that front hand. Vertical punch, spinning hook kick. Knife hand block, reverse punch. Knife hand strike, reverse knife hand strike, vertical punch, spinning hook kick. Ready. And 1. Okay. And 2. Last combo. Reverse knife hand strike, reverse punch, skip front kick, jump front kick. Reverse knife hand strike, reverse punch, skip front kick, jump front kick. Ready? 1. And 2. Ah, there we go. Good job, David. That's combos 12 out of 12, okay? Nice job. All right, get another drink of water. We will move to the escape techniques next. I know this is probably gonna be your favorite part because you get to work with your brother.
I can think. Or sorry, not
Yourself.
What do I do for like takedowns? Oh, Sensei, we are on a hard surface. Can we do like halfway takedowns?
What I'd like to see is a controlled takedown. So yes, I mean, I don't expect him to bam slam you to the floor. He shouldn't be doing that anyhow, because what at testing for your brown, and obviously, as you know, testing for your block, it's not about whether or not you can take a person down. It's whether or not you can actually control the force down, and can you control what you're doing. Okay. Yeah.
Yes.
So yes, for this sake, yeah, show a takedown, but control it, right? I want to see you control it. Okay. All right. So stand in attention, face each other, please, and bow. So before we go to that stuff, let's go ahead and do some of your basic escapes first. Basic escapes 1 through 7, each one twice. You know the drill. First one slow, second one DNA. Go for it.
Six.
Okay, cool. All right. You're going to have 90 seconds here. 90 seconds to do as many outside wrist grab defenses as you can. All right. Again, each one is twice. Maybe we should have just had him wear his top key. I don't know. Put him in a bubble suit or something. All right. So again, 90 seconds, as many outside wrist grab defenses as you can, each one twice. First one slow, second one DNA. Are you ready, Mr. Nogales?
Yes, Sensei.
Ready, begin. Ooh. Thirty seconds left.
That's all I can remember, Sensei.
Okay, move to inside wrist grabs. 90 seconds, inside wrist grabs, go.
That's all I can remember, Sensei.
All right, double wrist grabs. Go. He's moving.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Ooh.
I'm sorry.
That's all I can remember, Sensei.
All right, front choke hold. A front choke hold attack.
Those are the only two I remember, Sensei.
All right, rear choke hold. He's gonna come from behind and do that rear almost pretty much set in a rear naked choke. Okay.
Those are the only two I remember, Sensei.
Okay, he's gonna go ahead and he's gonna attack with any kind of angled punch. So it may come straight at you. It may be a hook punch. He may punch with his right hand. He may punch with his left. He may come straight down like a downward hammer fist, or he may try to scoop up the punch like as if he had a weapon in his hand, or maybe just like an uppercut, okay? You are going to see that strike come and of course defend accordingly. He will do that. You will have a minute. He will be attacking you for 1 minute, and you will do whatever defense you need to do to stop the attack. Make sense?
Yes, Sensei.
All right, 1 minute. Ready?
Sensei, does it matter if it's front hand or back hand?
Does not matter. Does not matter. He just needs to respond quickly, but yet controlled. Go. – 15 seconds left. And stop. Stand at attention, face each other, please, and bow. Very cool, very cool. Awesome. Go ahead and get another drink of water. Board breaking time.
Do you want them to start with a specific one?
No, he can choose it. So the thinnest one is there for his jump 360 roundhouse. Oh, I wrote it on him, actually.
Yes.
Yes, absolutely. So he can choose whichever break he wants to do first.
I'm gonna start with ridge hand.
Ridge hand. Okay, so just one moment. I just need a score, guys. Just give me one moment. All right. Whenever you're ready, you can go ahead and do your board break. Nice job. Very nice. Good job. Okay. Oh, good thing I didn't give you the 1-inch board. You probably would have broken it anyhow.
Spin hook kick, sensei.
Spinning hook kick. Sounds good. Nice job. Nice job. Jump 360 roundhouse. Last break. Oftentimes, maybe one of the more difficult ones. Very nice job. Good job. Very cool. All right. Go ahead and ow. Did I just read from your lips? Ow? Just kidding. Oh, that's good stuff. All right, David, go ahead and wipe yourself down, get a drink of water. And both of you, please get on your sparring gear. Yes, wonderful. Wonderful.
Wunderbar.
Fantastic. Okay, well, while they are getting their sparring gear on, so of course, if you're just tuning in or you're watching this afterwards, whatnot, we are administering this test solely online during this COVID season. And students here at Erolin 3D Martial Arts, they have the opportunity when they earn their opportunity to test right now. Our testing has been revamped, so they have the opportunity to either still do an on-site testing, or they can choose a virtual testing such as this, whichever they feel is best and safest for their family. So of course, David Nogales here and his family have chosen to do online, which we obviously prepare everything for that. What's exciting about it is this is actually, of everybody that has earned an opportunity to test, this is actually the first online testing that we're doing, which we're very excited about. And this, which of course we're helping them, but they are also helping me here because some of you guys know, but I also have a student that I train out in Alaska as well as Michigan. And so, of course, with them, it does get kind of pricey for them to come out here and do a testing in person. So this is cool. This is history in the making, so to speak. Of course, this COVID season has been history and quite interesting in itself. Hopefully you and your family are safe and well and whatnot. So if you are, for those that are watching this on YouTube, if you want to type in the chat section and anything that with cheering and whatnot, you want to cheer on your person, cheer on David, of course, type that in the chat. Of course, I'm sure that maybe they might see it. I can certainly read it to them. They would, of course, love that. He's doing a phenomenal job right now. And the next portion, of course, is sparring. In this case here, they will basically do two 2-minute matches. Well, actually, technically 3. It's going to be 3 different types of sparring. So one will be a one-on-one continuous sparring, and then the other will be a one-on-one point sparring, and then the other will be what we call the self-defense sparring match. Normally, that's the match that I actually engage with and do, but of course, being our particular predicament, and yet, you know, I can't hologram myself there just yet. We will go ahead and Sensei Dean will, of course, be the one that's taking all the shots. I'm sure he's glad to do it. And then after that, David will do a visualization exercise where he will do a 2-on-1 continuous sparring match, where he won't actually have two fighters against him, but he will be moving around and sparring in such a way as if he had 2 fighters, communicating through his actions what he would be doing if he, again, did have 2 attackers. So again, thank you so much for tuning and just showing support for David Nogales as he tests for his brown belt. We'll be back after this sponsor.
Yeah, unfortunately, motion capture isn't quite as high tech as we want it to be right now.
Right. Not yet. Not yet. Yeah. That's funny.
Maybe.
This testing has been brought to you by shopeline.com, as well as Erolin3dmartialarts.com. All right, gentlemen, are we ready?
Yes, Sensei.
All right, cool. So we're going to go ahead and start with the one-on-one continuous sparring match. Realize that you do have a small frame, a small window here, right? And so anytime you get out of frame, just do your best to get back in frame, please, okay? All right, set intention, bow to each other. 2 minutes, begins, go. Ten seconds left. And stop. All right, 1 minute break. Bow, touch gloves. All right, good. Thirty seconds left. And instead of doing a point sparring match, because that's going to be a little bit hard to judge, to be honest, you're going to go ahead and do another one-on-one continuous match.
Sensei, we can have my mom judge.
Oh, well then, you know what? Let's do that. Let's give that a go.
Both mom and dad are here to judge.
Oh, fantastic. That's right. All right. So which one is Team David and which one's Team Dean? Just kidding.
It'll just be my mom. Sensei, are we still doing only hand strikes are one, anything to the body is one, and then kick strikes to the head are two?
Well, you know what? We're going to keep this simple. We're actually going to go do every technique is 1 point. Okay? Every technique is 1 point. And actually, I'm going to change it here. Every technique is 1 point, whether it's a kick to the body, kick to the head, punch to the body, whatever. No front hand strike will be counted for a point. So no back fist that hits the head or the body, no jab that hits the head or the body will be counted as a point. A reverse punch will, but not a back fist. I'm going to change the strategy here a little bit, especially since you guys are in a smaller environment, a smaller area, okay? And plus, I mean, Sensei Dean, you still have like, you know, go-go gadget arms. So, you know, giraffe arms. So, all right, set an intention, face each other, bow. We're going to go ahead and do a 2 minute match. And again, everything is 1 point. No front hand strike that hits the head is a point, or head or body is a point. Ready, go! Stop. Back in position. Okay. Okay, cool. Awesome. All right, 1 point. Ready, go.
Go.
Stop. All right, I called to Sensei Dean. All right, ready. All right, go. Break. Break, break, back in center. I don't know. I thought it might have been something. Did my judges see anything else? No? All right, cool. All right, 1-1. Ready,
David,
go.
David got a reverse punch in.
Oh, sorry, stop. Say that again.
David got a reverse punch in.
Okay, got it. Reverse punch in there. All right, go for it.
Hard to see.
Break. Yep, back in position. Yep, we all saw that. 2-2. Go. 50 seconds left.
Did he get you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Break.
3 to David.
Okay, 3 to David. Sounds good. Ready, go. 30 seconds. Break. All right, tied up again, yes? All right, ready, go. Ten seconds.
All right.
Stop. That's time. Set an attention. Bow. Good job, David. Very nice. Very cool. Awesome. Awesome. All right. Let's do this. Before you guys do your self-defense match, David, I want you to do a 2-on-1 match. Okay, so let me kind of talk about how this will go, okay? You're going to demonstrate your sparring combinations as if you had 2 attackers against you. Your attackers would typically try to form in a V formation, as well as one in front of you and behind you. Pretend like they're trying to wrap around and one's trying to take your back. And at times they're going to be in a V formation. At times you might line them up. And so you are to demonstrate how you would be fighting them using combinations in those particular scenarios. You should mix in your offense as well as your counter offense movements and techniques. Okay, you should be using your combinations to transition from one to the other without a long delay. Okay, so in other words, don't just be trying to run down the time. All right, your delay could be fine as long as it's intentional and tactical. Okay, so does that make sense what we're about to do right now?
Yes, Sensei.
Very cool, awesome. And then after that, then you will do your self-defense sparring match with Sensei Dean. All right, so with that being said, you have 90 seconds to demonstrate this 2-on-1 imaginary sparring match. Ready? Go. Halfway there. Attacker B's trying to wrap around. Attacker B's behind you. And stop. All right, good job. Very nice. You beat up those imaginary guys. Last match. Get a drink of water, of course, all that good stuff.
Sensei,
Yeah.
I forgot. For the self-defense sparring, do I take my gear off?
No, not for this one.
Okay.
Not for this one. For this, it'll be another 2-minute match. Okay, we're not going 3 minutes like how it. No, I'm sorry. I think this would still be a 2-minute match. For this here, again, your target areas are chest, stomach, sides. Of course, headgear area as well. You can clench, you can hold and do knee strikes to the stomach, right, to the core, as well as low leg kicks that hit the thighs or even the, and what I mean by thighs, I'm talking about the outside thighs as well as the inside thighs. You're not coming straight on. You're not kicking the knees. You are, you can certainly do a low leg kick to the outside of the calves, but not straight on to kick the shins. You can do a takedown, whether it's a rear leg sweep takedown. Of course, again, be careful given your hard floor. And if you are taken down, then you can do a fifth, we'll go and do 10 seconds of ground fighting. Since we're only doing this for 2 minutes, you'll be down on the ground for 10 seconds, at which point I'll say, I'll stop it and I'll say, get back up, okay? And I'll reset the match, should you go to the ground, okay? This is a final sparring match. Set intention, bow, touch gloves, ready, begin. Here he goes. Ooh.
Hey, Dave, you got it. Careful, David.
And stop, reset.
Good. Good.
Ready, go.
Push through it now.
45 seconds.
Got it. Come
This is
on,
when you gotta
Dave.
push. This is when you gotta push.
You got it.
30 seconds left. Sensei Dean, work him.
30 seconds. Come on. Once you get out.
Come on, Dave.
Come on, man.
10 seconds.
Now, go.
Don't get mad. Don't get mad. You're good. You're good.
Come on. Keep going. Keep going.
And stop. I figure I'd give you an extra 15 seconds to rebound. Good job. Good job. All right, go ahead and put away your gear, get a drink of water, wipe yourself down.
Let's see. This is one thing I'm concerned about. Is my piercing okay?
Yeah, piercings are good. All right, why don't you grab that chair? Come over here. You can see what you can see.
Is he gonna sit in front of you?
Yeah.
His computer?
It's gonna sit there.
How's it?
Yeah.
Just remember, these lines you get through calls.
It's true. Yes.
But you're the workhouse.
I'm not sure that he could take him down, but it was.
Took a minute.
Noble effort.
It took a minute for you to get him down there.
Like, no, you don't. I'm like a tent stake.
Like a tent state. Should we change your name to tent state?
No.
Steak.
Yeah.
How you doing?
Good.
Well, were they joking about changing your nickname or something?
Yeah, they were joking.
Okay, I didn't hear it. I don't know what it was.
So they were joking about how it took Sensei Dean a while to get me down there, and I just said, no, I'm like a tent stake.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So, okay. All right. So let's talk. We've obviously done basic questions before, like dojo rules, things like that. What is our style and all that kind of stuff. So I don't want to go over that again today, right? Because of course you are testing for a high rank. You're testing for your rank that is one rank away from your first Dan black belt. So when you first, let's talk about when you first hear that, right? When you realize, okay, after, you're testing for your brown and you realize, wow, that's brown belt and the next step is like black belt. Like what goes through your mind?
My first thought is, I guess, sort of a question itself. How? How already? It feels like I know this may sound like an exaggeration, but just yesterday, I thought I just got my red belt.
Sure.
That wasn't the case. So I keep thinking, it first takes me a second to realize that's one rank away from black belt. Okay, then I realized, wait, that's one rank away from black belt.
Mm-hmm. Sure. No, absolutely. And when you think about that, like, do you envision yourself as a black belt?
I don't really know. I feel like that, like, even if I took the steps to get there, it still would feel out of place, I guess, if that makes sense.
No, sure. Now, where do you think that thought would stem from? Like, what's the root of that thought?
I think the root of that thought would be age. Like, when I think of black belt, I think of, and I think of someone who has like done martial arts since they were a toddler. When it comes to achieving black belt, my first thought definitely comes to age, because when I think black belt, I think of people like Sensei Dean or you.
Yeah, old people. I know. That's what he's saying. I know. Oh, just kidding. Just kidding. Wonderful. Awesome. Very cool. So, okay. So at this point, obviously we have our virtual judges on, right? Mr. Jacob, Ms. Jasmine, they're also on as well. And so they will collect their thoughts, talk about, they'll talk briefly about what you did well, what they felt you did well in your testing, as well as areas that they felt you could improve. And then they'll ask you one question before I ask you questions regarding your essay topic on obstacles, okay? But before I opened the floor for them, I actually wanted if your brother wanted to say anything, being that, yes, he is your brother, but he is also one of our black belts and our sensei. So if you wanted to chime in and say anything about how you did today for your testing, what you did well, where you can improve, as well as maybe if he wants to ask you a question, then he can certainly do so.
You put me on the spot, Sensei.
I know I did.
So, being that I'm the one that's been helping you practice since the lockdown mostly, since I can't, due to my work schedule, participate at class at the end of the week. I've seen exponential growth from March to now. And I don't want to say that's surprising because I've been helping you, and it shouldn't be a surprise because you're a very fast learner and a very good learner. But during this whole COVID crisis, you don't expect people to soar off like you have. And so the progress you've made is astounding compared to February. And on top of that, while there are some flaws and there are some mistakes that you made during the testing, I know, given a different circumstance, if this were in the dojo, I think this would be a different atmosphere. We would have a bigger space, maybe that would help the audience actually being there with real-time criticism in person. I feel like that may help, but that doesn't take away from the fact that you did all of this in the span of 6-7 months now, compared to February. And so I haven't done that, I'll admit. And that's partially because I haven't been able to go to the end of the week classes, but also I've let other things kind of get in my way, and I let those get in the way. But you haven't let those things get in the way. And that's awesome. Now, as for mistakes during the testing, the biggest thing is Young Champions 2. But given that we've mainly practiced the harder forms, like 3D1, 3D2, and yet you still were able to show the basics in Basic Form 1 and Basic Form 2, as well as Young Champions 1. So I'm not saying that makes up for it, but that does give more perspective, I think. The other thing is just general nervousness. It's been a while since you tested, and you haven't been put on the spot like this in a while. So it's expected that we kind of give into a little bit of the pressure, because I know I have.
Mm-hmm. Wonderful, wonderful, awesome, great words. Thank you, Sensei Dean. Thank you. So, all right, Mr. Jacob, I'm going to go ahead and turn it to you now, sir. So I'm going to spotlight you as well. Go for it.
All right, can you hear me, guys?
Cool.
All right, David, you did a good job today. I liked what I saw. You pivoted nicely on your elbow strikes and your backhand blocking. Nice job. Something to work on is your stances in your forms, notably your front stance. It's looking more like a cross between your walking and halfway between a front stance. But overall, nice job. My question for you is, what was your thoughts during your self-defense sparring, and how did you motivate yourself to push through your limits in the closing seconds of the match?
What was my process?
Like 3D1, 3D2. And yet you still were able to show the basics in Basic Form 1 and Basic Form 2, as well as Young Champions. I'm not saying that makes up for it, but
I believe my main thought process was for both pushing myself through the limits and for just for the entire self-defense match in general is I'm almost there. I'm almost done. Just this last sparring match, and that's it. That was my thought process. And if I can just push through this, keep my cool, if I can push through this, this is the last major thing I need to do for this testing.
Wonderful, wonderful, very nice.
Good job.
Very nice. Okay, cool, cool. All right, so now I'm turning over to Miss Jasmine. So of course, go ahead, Miss Jasmine.
So first off, I do want to commend you on the work you put in today. You did a great job. I especially loved watching your creative form. And like your brother mentioned, we don't want to justify and like say, oh, like it made up for it, but it did help give like me as a spectator perspective on just on overall your forms. And then I do agree with Jacob in regards to stances. So I would definitely put in more effort towards defining your stances so that when somebody is viewing you and like watching your forms and even your techniques, we could tell better what stance you're in. And I think you did a great job with, sorry, I'm going through my notes. I think you also did a great job with a lot of your hand strikes. There was a couple that I noted where your arms were like kind of swinging out a bunch, but then in the very next combo, you had a lot of hand strikes, and I like that you kept your strikes in close, so your arms weren't like out here. So I thought you did a great job with that. And then the question I have for you is, in your opinion, what do you feel are the characteristics of a brown belt? And do you feel that you emulate those characteristics?
I think the same characteristics as brown belt. They build on that of a red belt. It qualifies just as much, if not more, strength. It requires more mental strength, physical. Requires perseverance. It requires a lot of discipline. And of course, by the time you reach first on black belt, it requires even more discipline. So I believe that with every climbing rank, the higher up you go in ranks, the more discipline it takes. And that is, in my opinion, 100% true. And I neglected to talk about this in my essay, but I do believe that learning about what happened in my essay topic, I have started to gain more discipline since then, and I do believe that I'm ready to have like fully develop that mindset.
That's wonderful. That's awesome. Okay. Oh, that's great, Jacob. Sorry, that's great, David. So my things. First off, I love the fact that you have definitely been throughout this whole COVID season. You have been dialed in. You have been engaged with the online classes. You know, and of course, you know, I'm hoping that I know. I would imagine it's not quite the same as being in person, but I'm hoping that as your sensei, as the instructor, I'm hoping that I'm delivering as best as I'm hoping I'm delivering even better than you thought it might be. And I'm hoping I'm delivering quality, even though it's virtually. Now, but what I love seeing from you, of course, is that I'm seeing what I believe is a new level for you. I mean, your brother highlighted it, several have highlighted. I mean, just if we want to talk about technical parts, just everything from even the way you did your front kick, a basic kick that you learned at white belt. I can definitely see a distinct difference now with your front kick versus even when you tested for your red, you know? I mean, going through the jump kicks, as an example, those aren't easy, especially when you're doing it on hard concrete and you're not wearing shoes. That's hard. And so for you to be doing that, that's wonderful, all right, and pushing through that. And then when it comes to just being well, what you talked about with your essay, having more self-control, right? That's I think one of my favorite parts in your essay, talking about obstacles and how you've, highlighting and inciting a time when you had an obstacle and you overcame it. I loved how you talked about how, well, there are things that we can do, and when we look at the things that we can do, it creates a plethora of different options. But when you look at the things that you should do, it really narrows it down to the most optimal options, right? Which of course are, you typically only like one or two, really. And so so given your essay topic talking about ADHD and whatnot, I just thought that was fantastic. Great example, and great example of a way to choose a holistic path as opposed to a, Western medicine or medicated type of path. Okay, so that's phenomenal. And I think it's showing, right? So, and I think because you're seeing that success and because you're seeing that, then of course you've had that self-control, but then it just keeps you even more disciplined, right? So the action continues on with that discipline. What I want to know, and my question for you is, a lot of the great questions that were already asked, so I'll just ask one. Through this big COVID obstacle, what have you learned with regards to martial arts and really just life? What have you learned about this obstacle? What have you learned about yourself? And what have you learned about how to navigate through this obstacle that you had no control over? What have you learned?
I think one thing that I've both, I guess, learned about and have started to take into account and implementing into my own life is regulation, or having a set schedule. I've noticed that ADHD is about a lack of attention, and having something to remind you, hey, you have a set schedule. Here's what you do each time, every day, at this time, etc. I've learned more about that, and it's really benefited me throughout this COVID outbreak, because I have more time. Nowadays, I have more time for practice, because now I can, instead of depending on having to go out to school or something, instead, now that everything is at home and online, now I have the ability to make myself the time for practice. It's like, because before COVID, it was like, yeah, before COVID, go this place at this time. It's going to take this long to get there and this long to get back, this long of how you're actually going to stay there. You don't have that much time. But now that everything is at home, all of that is thrown out the window. You can make your own time. You can set yourself that own time to practice.
Wonderful, great parts, great points. And you know what's interesting is that I think that you've made some great points right there, but it's so interesting how even during this COVID time, there's a lot of people that are still wasting time. So I hear what you're saying, but I don't want you to steal from you. I don't want you to steal from yourself the fact that you made time and you've been consistent with it. Because that right there marks and shows maturity. Okay. And when you are developing your martial arts skills, and by the time you're a black belt, okay, it's one thing if you can beat somebody up, and it's one thing if you can mess somebody up. But when you develop maturity, then you know the right time to be able to actually use your weapons, right? Because, you know, you ever hear that phrase, weapons of mass destruction? right? Well, we as black belts are weapons of mass destruction. Go, ah, you know? So of course, those weapons of mass destruction, right? You could either use it for good or you can use it for bad, right? A nuclear bomb could be used for good or it could be used for bad, right? So anyhow, I gotta say, I mean, this is definitely a very different testing, of course, but at least from my perspective, of all the testings you have done, it seems like this was the one that you were most prepared for. I mean, you were on it with your combinations. Sure, I had to repeat a couple of them, but again, I mean, those are like 6 technique combinations or something, you know, with the spins or different techniques. So ultimately, you were the combinations part was definitely one area I liked. Your brother talked about some of your other forms. And yes, of course, you know what? I mean, you made a mistake and you forgot Young Champions too. Okay. And of course, that's important. So we definitely need to obviously revisit that. But seeing your creative forms, seeing how you had done some of your other forms, seeing how you did your basic forms, that's sharp because you didn't let it fall by the wayside and it wasn't subpar. Those were good too. So ultimately, I'm very excited for you. I'm very excited for what happens next. And I am excited to announce that after today's testing, you, sir, you will be promoted. You are promoted to your brown belt. Congratulations, David Nogales. Okay. So, of course, as you know, right, and I know that, as you know, this does not get achieved alone. So be sure you, of course, thank your brother. Thank everybody that has been supporting you, but especially thank your mom and dad. They obviously have invested not just hours, they've invested years into you. And you know that. I mean, you know as well as anybody, right? And what's really cool is, I mean, dad has started to take the Ageless Ninjas class that I'm having now. So now he's, and that it's pretty cool seeing him in that class, you know, and seeing him do it. And yes, having watched you for so long do class, you and your brother, but now he's doing his own, and it's pretty cool. It's exciting to see him do that. So you all are encouraging each other, but remember to constantly show them respect and constantly thank them for them. And the best way that you can actually thank them for all they've done for you is to continue to be consistent and continue to move on. Because in my opinion, when one person in the family earns their black belt, really it's the whole family that does, because it is a team effort. It is a family effort. So I will coordinate with you guys, whether it's your dad or your mom. I will coordinate with you guys on your of presenting your belt and your certificate in person. But again, David Nogales, congratulations. You, sir, have earned your brown belt. Great job. Fantastic. And thank you again, virtual judges. I really appreciate that. All that good stuff. Sensei Dean, thank you so much for being the throwaway dummy over there in person so that I don't have to be it. All right. I'm loving these virtual testings, okay? So anyhow, this concludes our testing. I'll go ahead and stop the live stream. Thank you so much, everybody.